Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over some explore teams that can win very quick. These will be good for if you ever need to trade up troops, if you want to farm all the Traitstones. It is also pretty good for events whenever there is an event that says to do X amounts of things in explore. That doesn't happen to be this week's event, but for any week that does have something related to explore, it would be really good for doing that as well. So basically for the event gems and just for getting Traitstones in general. So I'm going to be showing 4 different teams. You can do this essentially in any single kingdom. I think we're going to be doing it in Adana. I don't want to do Broken Spire mainly because a lot of the troops there will have a higher bonus. And we could do it if we really wanted to for the Giants, but unless we really need the Traitstone, there wouldn't be much a need to. You'd be better off just doing the challenges for this week instead of Explore. But we have 4 of them right here, all at different times. Got all of them during the streams that we were doing. Tested each one of these for 30 minutes and then just averaged whatever their win rate is to get these times. This one averaged at 1 minute and 6 seconds. Some of you may recognize this. When Explorer first came out, this was actually the very first team I ever recommended. It is by no means the absolute best out there, but I only ended up testing the 4 of these. There's of course many other options that you can use if you wish. These are just the 4 I happen to test. And the general premise of this is you keep taking reds and greens, reds and yellows whenever they are available. And then you just keep doing this until you get them to a low enough range that you can one-shot the entire team, which I believe we are close to doing right there. So yeah, we'll just do that. Of course, you may have to cast another Dust Devil or 2 if you have a lower HP. Do keep in mind all of these data numbers were taken based on my stats, and my stats are as maxed as they can be, so results may vary. The second one is double Kristarnex, double Dragon Soul. It averaged at about a 1 minute mark. Sometimes it was a little bit behind, sometimes it was a little bit ahead, but overall I end up winning at about 1 minute per match. As far as the times of how I did this, I basically timed every single cycle, including every single one of the loading screens that occurred between them. The main problem that would normally happen with this is we just wouldn't get a good enough board, since we kind of just have to rush up the explodes. And luckily we did get our mana there, and once we get one going, we pretty much just get all of them going pretty well. So get off the explode. One pretty good thing if you happen to have a fully traded Kristarnex while doing this as well is the fact that the one that is blocked will still be gaining mana as you are just doing whatever else, because it still has the Crystallize on it, giving it 2 mana per turn. Ooh, that 1 mana short, getting in our way of getting that slightly quicker win. One thing to note about this team is out of every single one I'll be showing right now, this one does give the most amount of souls, mainly because of Dragon Soul that tends to cast 1 to 2 times when using this team. One other pretty good thing about this team is you don't need it to upgrade it because your Dragon Soul will always hit 20 damage as long as you have 4 dragons on the team. So next up, this one is my absolute favorite prior to the most recent kingdom. It ended up getting an average of a little under a minute at 54 seconds per battle, but as you can see, it actually did have a better best time than that of the one that did do the absolute best per hour. One thing to note is, of course, you would want to go for the one that does the quicker wins on average, but this one did have the quicker win overall. The main reason for this is because it's a 2 cycle. At minimum, you can cast a Siren, and then that fills up Valkyrie, and then that Valkyrie kills out the enemy team, which is a little bit different than the other team that we're going to be showing, which requires at least 3 actions, whereas this team only requires 2 actions. On average, this team will be slower though by a little bit, but it is probably the cheapest team you can possibly make that is really efficient in being able to do Explore. As you can see, we already have our Rowan up. If we actually, is that enough damage? I think because that thing is big. Oh no, normally that wouldn't have if you have a lower armor value, but as you can see, that's basically what I was talking about with the quick cycle. All you need is that 1 Siren into the Rowan, and actually we didn't even do the Siren into the Rowan. That was literally just a 1. All we did was cast Rowan and got the win. So you can see it definitely has a higher potential of getting the extremely quick win, but on average it is slightly slower than this. This thing is absolutely insane how consistent it can be. Of course, for this video, it's probably going to be horrible though. But Princess Espef, Bombot, Black Manacles, and Golem. One thing we will want to do, and it's not absolutely necessary, it wins about as quick as the Siren team if you don't do this, but you will want to go to your hero and switch to a fully traded Mechanist class. If you don't have a fully traded Mechanist class, you can still do this. You can also do it with 2 traits on Archer, would be pretty similar, but optimally it would be done with a fully traded Mechanist. The main reason for this is it will give your hero half mana. It'll also give your Bombot half starting mana. General premise is we will use the Princess Espef that needs to be fully traded on the Golem in the last slot. That will then ideally fill up both Bombot and our Black Manacles. We then just cast both of them and then we win. It is extremely consistent. There's also a glitch with Empowered as of currently, where if you do use the Empowered and then as soon as it gets its ability from Empowered, you will be able to use it. Like watch right here, it'll show all the little animations, but right there before all the animations finish, we'll be able to cast that off. We'll get both of them up, and then we just cast both of them, and that's basically a match right there. And even if you have a little bit of a lower magic value, this still is pretty devastating. Even if you had that lower magic, it would still get a pretty quick kill. And this is the most consistent Explore team that I am currently aware of that exists in Gems of War. So there you go. There are 4 relatively quick Explore teams. Of course, you'd probably want to stick with one of the quicker 2. The cheaper one, and the one that I have been using for ages, is Valkyrie Rowan Double Siren. Has the quickest possible win, but it does win slightly slower per hour than that of the other team right here, which is Princess Espef fully traded, which is required, and Mechanist fully traded, which is helpful. Bombot does not need any traits, and I don't believe the Golem Stone Link actually triggers at all, unless you happen to find like a 5 times it's laying on the board at the beginning of the battle, but you might as well use it if you happen to have it. He's pretty easy to trade up. But yeah, that will do it for this video. If you guys have any other questions about Explorers or these teams, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.